Hey Noah, how about we go see a movie this Sunday? There's one I really want to see. Even when I invite him with a smile, my husband Noah's expression remains stiff. Oh look, didn't a new burger shop open near the station? I heard it's really good. How about we go there tonight? You love burgers, right, Noah? Even when I bring up Noah's favorite burger, he still looks unhappy and remains silent without answering. It's as if I don't exist. I felt completely ignored by Noah. Then one day, I slammed the divorce papers in front of Noah and announced our divorce. At that moment, Noah's face turned bright red with surprise and anger, and he suddenly burst out in rage. My name is Deborah. I'm just a regular office worker. I married Noah, who became my husband 3 years ago. It may be presumptuous to say, but Noah is quite handsome and a prominent figure. We met at a drinking party. I was invited by a friend. We hit it off, talking about our common interest in movies, and quickly started dating. When Noah proposed to me, I was overjoyed and immediately accepted. I had dreamed of a wonderful newlywed life, but there was a problem with Noah. He was burdened with debt. A few years ago, Noah quit his job at an advertising agency and started his own business in web advertising. However, he was hit hard by the COVID-19 pandemic, leading to clients cutting back on advertising expenses, resulting in financial difficulties and accumulating debt. As for me, I was helping Noah repay his debts. Finally, the day we paid off the debt, we held hands and rejoiced. We did it, Deborah. We've finished paying off the debt. Thank you so much, Noah said tearfully. I was filled with a sense of accomplishment and happiness at Noah's words of gratitude. However, a month later, Noah's attitude suddenly changed. He would come home and not even say his usual "I'm home," starting to ignore me. "Welcome home, Noah. I made steak for dinner. Let's eat," I would say, but Noah wouldn't respond and just silently head to the bedroom. At first, I thought maybe Noah was listening to music with earphones and didn't worry much while preparing dinner. But at dinner time, when I tried to talk to him, there was no response, and he seemed distant. "I'm worried about you, Noah. Are you feeling okay?" I asked out of concern, but Noah just gave me a look as if telling me not to talk to him and swiftly went to the bedroom. The same behavior continued into the weekend. "Hey, Noah, how about we go see a movie this Sunday? I heard it's really good. How about we go there tonight?" You love burgers, right, Noah? Even when I bring up Noah's favorite burger, he still looks unhappy and remains silent without answering. I felt completely ignored by Noah. Did I do something to upset Noah? I wondered anxiously, but I couldn't understand Noah's feelings at all. As Noah's ignoring me continued, the next month I was invited by my friend Maggie for a drink. I sent Noah a message saying, "I'll be out drinking with Maggie tonight, so I'll be late." However, there was no response to my message, just a notification. While drinking, I confided in Maggie about the drastic change in Noah's behavior. And that's the situation. What do you think about Noah's attitude like this? Maggie empathized with my troubles. That's troubling. I totally understand why you're feeling anxious, Deborah, but don't you think you're drinking a bit too much tonight? As I recklessly ordered one cocktail after another, Maggie gently reached out and urged me to stop. Her kindness filled my lonely heart with warmth. "Hey, Deborah, actually I wanted to talk to you about something today. It's a bit difficult to discuss, but it might be related to your problems." "What? It's related to my issues? How so?" I looked back at Maggie with blurry, drunken eyes. Maggie took out her smartphone from her bag and showed me an image. "Yeah, actually, I found this place the other day." Saying so, Maggie slowly turned her smartphone screen towards me. In that moment, my head went blank, sobering up from the shock. Then anger surged within me. What is this? What does it mean? I can't forgive this. Seeing this image, I understood why Noah had changed his attitude so drastically. And then, a month after this revelation, as usual, Noah came home and was astonished to see the house. No wonder. That day, I had been preparing to move out, packing up furniture and belongings. "What's happening?" Noah asked in a panic, and it felt like it had been a long time since I heard his voice. "Hey, Deborah, why are you doing this? Explain yourself." I slammed the divorce papers in front of Noah, declaring our divorce. At that moment, Noah's face turned bright red with surprise and anger. "What's this? A divorce paper? This is no joke. I'm confused by all of this suddenness. Explain properly. This is no joke. I intend to divorce you. That's why I'm moving out the furniture. Most of it was bought by me anyway. So you can't complain, right? As I responded nonchalantly, Noah's face grew even redder with anger. Why divorce all of a sudden? Are you okay? Have you lost your mind? Noah calling me crazy made me laugh. Crazy? I'm fine. Are you the one who's not okay after ignoring me for over a month and treating me like air? You have the nerve to say that, Noah. You've been cheating, haven't you? And not just recently, but since before we got married. As I said this with a smile, Noah's complexion changed drastically. I could clearly see him getting agitated. What are you talking about? Do you have any proof of my cheating? Are you misunderstanding something? Maybe the stress of being ignored has made you lose your mind? Noah continued to insist that I was the one in the wrong. You started ignoring me, remember? It's been 2 months since I last heard your voice. I would really lose my mind if this continues, so let's get divorced before that happens. I said this to Noah calmly. Noah, sweating profusely, stumbled over his words in response. Anyway, let's eat something and talk calmly. It was already 7 p.m. by then. I was indeed hungry, so I agreed and we went to a nearby family restaurant. We sat facing each other across the table. Noah ordered steak, his favorite, and I ordered pasta. I remembered how I used to make steak for him often. The memories of our newlywed days felt like a distant past. So why do you think I was cheating? Are you really considering divorce, Deborah? Noah looked into my eyes seriously as he asked. Remember our wedding day? We vowed to support each other in sickness and in health, didn't we? Noah was earnestly trying to persuade me. However, my feelings towards Noah had completely cooled. No matter how sweetly Noah spoke to me, my feelings remained unmoved. Contrary to my attitude, Noah was excitedly trying to win me over with various words. Listen, I love Deborah so much. Are you going to ignore me knowing I'm devoted only to you? I couldn't help but laugh at his last words. Hold on, that's not a joke. Maybe your devotion is misdirected, don't you think? While saying this, I showed Noah a photo that Maggie had given me. It was a picture of Noah with an unknown woman about to enter a hotel. Seeing this, Noah started to frantically explain. Ah, this girl is just a friend. Yeah, a friend. Oh, really, a friend? But this looks like a hotel, doesn't it? Noah continued explaining desperately, sweating profusely. Well, she's not an American girl, right? So, physical contact is more than usual. That's right, it's just physical contact. As I listened to Noah's excuses, I found his flustered state amusing and chuckled as I continued the conversation. Oh, really? Physical contact. I see? Yes, you see, we don't really hug a lot, right? To be friendly with foreigners, we need to follow different cultures and be more friendly. It's necessary to make friends. But if you want to be friendly with someone from overseas, wouldn't having coffee at a cafe be enough to get along? Overseas. Wouldn't having coffee at a cafe be enough to get along? Well, at that time there wasn't a place nearby to take a break and have coffee. So we just went somewhere we could rest. That's all. I took out my smartphone from my pocket and started searching for nearby cafes on Google Maps. Hey, within a 300-foot radius of the hotel you went to, there are 5 cafes and coffee shops. I showed the search results on my smartphone screen to Noah, smiling. Deborah, the past doesn't matter. Let's focus on us now. Noah, feeling he couldn't make any more excuses, suddenly changed the subject, trying to deflect. What? The past? What does that mean? I mean, my relationship with that woman is over. We're not in contact anymore, and I don't know where she lives now. In other words, I'm not doing anything wrong now. Understand? I'm innocent. Noah continued his excuses, seemingly unaware that he was digging himself deeper. That's why, Deborah, let's start over. Tear up the divorce papers, please. What? Start over? It's not that simple, is it? Now, you just admitted to cheating, right? I have undeniable evidence here, so I'll be asking for compensation. Not just from you, but also from this lady, Maria. Hearing this, Noah's eyes widened in shock. How do you know her name? Did you hire a detective? If only I could afford that. As you know, I've been saving money to pay off our debts. Noah, unable to comprehend, stared with wide eyes. I continued speaking with a smile, wondering how I know her name. You look baffled. Strange, isn't it? Well, aside from that, infidelity is a valid reason for divorce, so please sign the divorce papers. I spoke calmly. Then Noah seemed to resign himself and started to retaliate. Suggesting divorce over a single photo is nonsense. Photos can easily be manipulated these days. This can't be taken as evidence, so you're not agreeing to a consensual divorce. Then, let's discuss it in court. As I said this and stood up to leave, Noah hastily changed his attitude. Wait, please? I swear I've only ever been devoted to you. I just wanted to say that this photo is a fake. Please reconsider the divorce. Earlier, you said Maria was just a friend and any place was fine for a break. But now you're saying this photo is edited. Which story is true? At this point, I felt like a cat who had caught a mouse. Noah, unfortunately, I've decided on divorce. No matter what you say, my mind won't change. Deborah, please reconsider. What can I do to stop you from divorcing me? Noah pleaded with me, but I responded without any sympathy. If it were only infidelity, I might have reconsidered. But I found out that the $100,000 I worked hard to repay was actually spent on your affair. Sorry, but reconciliation is difficult now. Noah became more agitated and panicked. What are you talking about? That debt was genuinely needed for me. Noah's excuses were shifting again, and I listened with half interest. My parents would definitely oppose the divorce if they knew. I couldn't help but laugh out loud at Noah's irrelevant words. Noah, don't you know? Whether your parents agree to the divorce or not doesn't matter. But I understand that their approval is important to you. That's why I invited them here beforehand. They're already here. At that moment, Noah's parents entered the family restaurant. When they reached our table, they said hello politely to me. Sitting across from Noah at a wide table, his parents chose to sit next to me instead of him. Noah desperately appealed to his parents. Please listen, Dad. I love Deborah so much, but she wants to divorce me. However, Noah's words were met with a stern response from my father-in-law. Noah, we want an explanation from you. Deborah told us you borrowed $100,000 for a business venture. But she says there was no such plan. What's going on? My mother-in-law also joined in, interrogating Noah. Noah, explain what's happening. I had discussed the matter with Noah's parents in advance. My father-in-law continued, That's not all. Right after you got married, you asked for another $100,000 to help Deborah with her premarital debts. But now we hear that debt was also yours. That's $200,000 in total. Where did you spend all that money? My mother-in-law added more. We've been receiving monthly payments of $2,500, believing it was Deborah's debt. To think you were making your wife pay off the money you borrowed from us. Seeing Noah's vague response, my father-in-law shouted in anger, Noah, where did the $200,000 go? Answer me. Startled by his enraged father, Noah finally confessed, I became a guarantor for a friend's debt. A guarantor for a friend? And Noah's father-in-law asked, What's the name of this friend? Noah answered in a weak, trembling voice, Kevin. Kevin? The mother-in-law interrogated him sternly. Noah hesitated, but then nodded. The Kevin who lives next door, the mother-in-law said with a dubious look to the father-in-law. Noah seemed relieved for a moment. But I turned on the speaker of my smartphone so everyone could hear. Hello, please go ahead. You can talk. A man's voice came through my smartphone. Ma'am. Hi, it's Kevin. Sorry to interrupt. I was listening in. I'm sorry, but I haven't taken any loans. So I never asked Noah to be a guarantor for me. Thank you, goodbye. With a look that said, I knew it. The father-in-law and mother-in-law turned their stern gazes back to Noah. As I blurted out, Then it must have been spent on the affair, the in-laws exclaimed in unison. What? An affair? No, that's not it. The only person I truly love is Deborah. Noah began to make excuses, but then he said something different. I used the $200,000 purely to build assets for the future. Yes, I invested it in mutual funds. Really? Mutual funds? That's impressive, Noah. Which brokerage firm did you use? Caught off guard, Noah scratched his head, struggling to reply. The name of the brokerage? What was it? You know, there are restrictions for individual investors in stock trading, right? Yes, of course. I know that. So which brokerage firm was it? Unable to remember, or perhaps evading the question, Noah couldn't name the brokerage. Ah, right, it wasn't mutual funds. I was trading in US dollars. With the US dollars being weak against the euro, I'm doing FX trading. It's profitable now. Really? How does that make a profit? Profit? Well, actually, that is... My patience ran out with Noah's indecisiveness. Noah, are you making up this whole story about mutual funds and FX trading? No, it's not a lie. I'm really doing it. Then tell me, what is one of the main indicators in the US stock market? S maybe? Noah, it's the NYSE you're trying to say, isn't it? Oh, right. Sorry, I meant the Dow Jones average. Noah, why are you mentioning the Dow Jones average here? The father-in-law also sharply pointed out the mistake. Then it's this. The damn average, right, Noah? You meant the Dow Jones average, didn't you? Though it might have been a moment for Noah to correct himself, he remained silent. It was a moment for laughter, but no one laughed. I'm sorry I lied about knowing. Noah apologized and surrendered, but then said something else. But in reality, the $200,000 is gone. Please, Deborah, don't divorce me. And, could you pay another $100,000? Why should I pay you $100,000? What? Why should I pay your $100,000? Because I truly love you, Deborah. I've always loved you, and I always will. So please accept my love, and let's start over. Noah desperately tried to convince me. I told you it's impossible. Didn't I just say that? Then Noah became grumpy and retorted with a sulky expression. I will never ever sign the divorce papers. I've decided that. Is that so? Then we'll have to go to court. Do you realize that your affair will become public if we do? Are you prepared for that? You're playing with my weak and cowardly heart? That's just cruel. Noah seemed to be trying to gain his parents' sympathy, but I had no intention of backing down. Me playing with you? What are you talking about? I'm just stating the facts. Should I show the photo to your parents? Please, anything but that. Noah hurriedly stopped me from showing the photo. Do you want to know how I found out about your affair? It turns out your messages with Maria were saved in my cloud sync files. Modern cloud services share information so easily, so I could see all your whereabouts and messages. Upon hearing this, Noah started to angrily shout. Shared information? That's a violation of privacy. Is privacy that big of a concern between spouses? Is everything visible? What kind of system is that? Deborah, can you explain it to me? I'm quite interested. My father-in-law, intrigued by the sharing feature, asked me about it. Hey, Mom and Dad, please stop it. Noah, at his wit's end, lashed out at his parents. I took out my smartphone and explained the details to them while showing it. Actually, Kevin taught me how to set this up. He's really knowledgeable about this stuff. When Noah got a new smartphone, he had Kevin help him with the setup because it was too much trouble. At that time, Kevin set the data sync to my cloud. He confirmed it with Noah, so there's no invasion of privacy. As we were talking, news came on the TV in the family restaurant. The screen showed a blonde woman being handcuffed by the police and led into a patrol car. Then, the news caption appeared. The self-proclaimed investment consultant was arrested this afternoon on suspicion of fraud. The reporter said, the suspect, Maria Jose Torfin, was dating multiple American men and conned them into transferring $100,000, then cut off contact and fled. She was arrested today in Miami. The total damage is said to be several $million. Seeing this news, Noah stared at the screen in shock. That's Maria? What's this about? She wanted me to pay her $200,000 and marry her? Noah shouted angrily. Scammed? Everything was a lie? Noah was in a frenzy, and his parents were shocked at the sight. Noah, don't tell me you paid this woman $200,000? My father-in-law, pale and trembling, asked Noah, what were you thinking? Fooled by a blonde woman? Stop it already. My mother-in-law also yelled at Noah in frustration and anger. Shut up. I'm a victim too. I never thought I was being deceived amidst Noah's chaos, I calmly replied. Noah, maybe you are a victim of fraud if you didn't have an affair. No affair, I'm a victim. Noah stubbornly denied the affair, refusing to admit it. Deborah, I will never divorce. Fooled by that scammer and losing all my money. Don't you feel sorry for me? We've always been good together. Please don't abandon me. Help me. Despite his pleas, I calmly responded. No matter what you say, my decision won't change. We're getting divorced, and I'll get back the $100,000 I struggled to repay. Oh, and that's separate from the compensation, so please keep that in mind. What? That's too much, Noah crumbled, holding his head in shock. Pay back our $100,000 too. The in-laws joined in, pressuring Noah. Noah, evidently shocked that even his own parents would say this, broke down crying like a child. Why only me? This is unfair. Abandoned by Deborah and Maria. And now my parents want $100,000 back. Everything I wanted is slipping away. Damn, I wanted a rich, beautiful blonde wife. Noah hadn't spoken to me for 2 months, but now he was revealing everything, he thought. Listen, I think you've already had quite the reverse dowry, having your $100,000 debt paid off by your wife. Finally, with his parents' persuasion, Noah resigned and signed the divorce papers. Upon receiving the divorce papers, I said goodbye and left the family restaurant. Later, Noah agreed to pay me $30,000 in compensation and the $100,000 I had paid off. Additionally, his parents demanded repayment of their $100,000, complicating his life further. He seems to be getting by with help from former co-workers and daily labor jobs, like moving and construction. As for me, I ended my dream marriage of 3 years and am putting effort into finding a new partner. I want to use my love and frugal nature, which earned me $100,000 in 3 years, on a more deserving person this time. I made a mistake in my first marriage, but I am determined to find happiness in my second by choosing the right partner.